Well, okay. I got 49 minutes, so I'm hiking down the mountain. I'm gonna do this one on my phone. I know I haven't shaved. Getting old. A little gray in there. But, yeah. Coming down the trail. Don't feel the wind much right now, but I'm sure I'll get to a spot where I do. It was blowing all in my face. Well, maybe it's just the direction I'm going. I can see the branches blowing. Figured my battery was getting low on my camera, so I would just do this and then turn around and get myself. And it's just so beautiful right at this time of day. You know, it's dark and you know, kind of mysterious, I guess. There's always something about the mountains. Yeah, the worst part of this coming down is on my knees. Even though I've been suffering a little gout, I haven't felt it too bad today. There one day, gone next. Little steep area right here. Since I don't want to slide down that rock and it's too rough on my knees, I just take it slow. And that's sort of another reason I put the camera up too. Is hard kind of navigating with one hand. Look at this. Yeah, I would love for my mother to come up here for a day and hike this. You could take it slow and easy. She could make it. I don't know if she would get away from her abode long enough to do that, but it would probably take a day to come up here, another day to come up here, and then someone driving her back. So maybe my brother would do that one day. I don't know. But look, I'm going to get myself in these big rocks. Here's my resting spot. I'm sure those young ones will be coming down pretty soon. Look at that. Created millions and millions of years ago. You know, all a part of God's work. And then people enjoy it. Why man? You create man, and he gets to enjoy this stuff. But anyway, these rocks are killing me today. There's a lot of little bitty rocks on them, as you can see them. Covered up by leaves, and stepping on them hurts. And then you gotta watch out you don't trip and tumble down the mountain. Okay, it's downhill pretty steep right now. It's hard to tell. I feel it in my knees. And then once I get down, it kind of like switches back. You see, we kind of like some S hooks in here in the mountain here. But I feel it, right in the knees, right under the kneecap. But it's beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to do in the spring again. I'll be looking for some new hikers who will record their experience on the Appalachian Trail. And I watched a couple ladies do the Pacific Coast Trail. And that's even a little bit longer than the AT Trail. And the mountains are steeper and the weather extremes are a lot different. So, this is kind of a novice trail for guys like me who are physically, I don't think I could do the whole Appalachian Trail unless I went only 10 or 15 miles a day if I can do that. I don't know. See, the only green out here, or whatever these bushes are, trees, and the pines. They're not. Oh, there's a fern. I don't know if you can see that. And that grass, but not much green. Everything is pretty brown now. Okay. Just take it slow and steady. This is one of the steep areas, and it's got rocks. Though the rocks haven't really been too slick. The main thing is not stepping on a loose one and it throw you off balance. Look at that. Who else roamed these woods years and years ago? Before they built this trail, other than animals. Actually feel a little bit down in my left elbow. It's just moved around. Yeah, using my last week of vacation, and since it's going to be kind of cold the rest of the week, I'm going to use that to get the recall done on the Jeep, do a few other things, get some insurance continuing education courses completed. And just relax and de-stress. I'll be fresh for the last few weeks before Christmas. Then I can go in the new year. Maybe I can make it up here again for another refresher hike. If nobody lets me. The last week at work was really hard. I even had to use crutches a few days, but I checked it out. And the other thing I'm going to try to do is get to the dentist and see about getting my teeth fixed. They're in really bad shape. So, but yeah, I've enjoyed this. Yes, definitely not as cold and windy coming down. I think the wind is just sort of out of my back. Maybe it's even died down. So, but it's just try to do this for the enjoyment of people who like to hike and get out, do a little exercise. Looks like something's been going down that way. Well, they really don't like you to get off the trails too much, because they want it to be left as pristine as possible. Hopefully this is stable. I don't know. I don't have a lot of cushion in my knees, so it's like boom, boom. White leaves. Yeah, I feel the wind now. So I'm about to make another loop and go to the left. Hear the birds. I haven't seen any deer. No bears. I'll probably feel this tomorrow. I'll be a little bit sore because I've been out and walked for several days because of this gout in my leg and reflux, and I was feeling sick for several days. Don't know what it was. It didn't feel like the flu or anything. I just felt like crap. There's some green right there. That's a different kind of tree. I don't know. I wish I did. That little tree has a rock base right there, it looks like. It's probably growing up on the other side of that tree. Look at that. Big old trees, branches bent and curl all different kind of ways. And that's caused by when it's growing the wind. Wind does that when it's young. Shapes these trees and then they grow. They grow out like that. Good thing shouldn't be no snakes out today on a cold day like this. Yeah, it's supposed to be dropping down in the 40s by dark, so it's gonna be there, but it doesn't feel bad now. It was colder walking back that way. And happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone right now. I hope you try to have a good one, the best as you possibly can. Do something that's fun, not too stressful, and don't let your worries overburden you like I did a few weeks ago. My blood pressure shot up, and maybe why I felt sick. It's going back down. You know what? I think that those Greek gyros at Arby's are good. My favorite sandwich. But I think they trigger my gut a little bit, that lamb meat. But there's one in Dawsonville. I'm probably gonna stop there and have one on the way home. This was only like right at a mile, so it's a 2-mile hike. Not too bad. It's just the inclines and of course the descents that wear you out. You know, pictures don't do this justice because it doesn't see what your eyes see. You have to try to take several pictures in the area sometimes, and you just find that natural beauty. But it's for what it does to you. See those pine trees, a little bit of green in there. And when you look over the valley, there's a lot of green in the valley, so there's a lot of pine trees. Pine trees are those things which you can tell they look like pine trees. Oh, that hurt. You have to keep a good eye on these rocks. They're easy to stump your toe, twist your ankle. My left toe is still a little sore for where that gap was in it. So I stepped mostly on that left toe and I felt it. Yeah, so one of the planned trips in the future, and I don't know when I'll do it, is Amicalola Falls, where the AT trail starts, and that's at Springer Mountain. It's not very far away from here. And then I want to go to Tallulah Gorge. I've never been there. And there's just a lot of different places you can go. Didn't make it up here to the mountains when the colors were bright and vivid. It was the way things worked. It kind of timed itself funny. Some trees were already losing their colors when some others were peaking, and it wasn't the best. I've looked online for pictures and I haven't found that many. There was better color in Atlanta. Now where I work at, most of the color was gone, but if you went over toward Emory Hospital, there was still some trees there, and on the side of the road on Interstate 85 going toward town, they still had some bright yellows and some reds, and the leaves had fallen on the ground and made a yellow blanket or canopy underneath the tree. It was still yellow in the tree. There were some trees going back on Houston Mill Road that they had a very nice velvety red looking color to the leaves, and they were just still full of their leaves with this red brilliant color. But I didn't have my camera with me, and there was nowhere I could stop to get a good picture unless I pulled in somebody's driveway. Not too far away. I think if I were to win the lottery, I'd probably retire from work and get out here a little more often. Anyway, I don't know if it would be enjoyable hiking this with someone. A lot of people that hike say it's more enjoyable when they hike by themselves, and I kind of feel that way. When I was young and growing up, I would go to the little patch of wood near our house, and it could be a cold day, and you could find you a spot in the pine trees, lay down on the pine straw. Didn't have to worry about snakes that time of year, and I would lay there and listen to those pine trees, wind blowing through. It was one of the most relaxing things I've ever experienced. I used to do that growing up, especially when we lived on Linwood Drive. When we moved to Alaska for a short time and came back, where we lived, there wasn't, I didn't have the same type of woods nearby that I could do that. But we did go out in the woods, different kind of woods, thick. Look at that. And that sun is just barely peeking over that edge of that mountain. I hear those young ones, they're probably going to catch me. They probably move a lot faster than I do. I don't know if you can hear that wind. It's been pretty stiff little wind almost the whole time. I guess when I didn't feel it was when the mountain was blocking it, or the direction I was walking. It's amazing. This looks different every time I walk it, but it doesn't look like the same. I do hear people now, so I went down. Those young ones caught me. Look at that. I just love the way that looks. I could imagine having a little cabin down there, secluded from everything in the world. Man. Whew. Roots. A lot of good videos on YouTube where people show their hiking experiences. Some are really boring, some are fun. And the ones I found the most fun to watch was a young lady named Pee Wee, who's, you kind of live her emotions and her experience with her. But she handled it pretty good. And then the family that hiked it, what was that called? Fight for I can't think of the name, Piper family or something like that. They were fun to watch. Good workout. But, you know, I would, love anybody who wants to go with me sometimes. Just let me know. We'll try to work it out. Make sure you can walk a couple miles and you'll be all right. Look at this. I ain't being back in the Daniel Boone days, traveling through the woods, looking out for Indians. Not seeing any Indians. Probably some out here though. Yeah, sounds like a bird. Probably an Indian. Oh, that hurt. Another big rock that I stepped in the middle of. Jeez. When you're little, it didn't hurt to step on rocks like that, but it does when you get older. I'm kind of going downhill. Yeah, my phone is still recording. I've recorded 21 minutes. So, usually takes about half an hour to get down this. Almost like something beds down there at night, you know. Maybe a deer. I guess bears. I guess there's caves up here. Or under the big rocks. Definitely got to get a backpack because this camera bag just weighs on your shoulder in an odd way. Need the weight more distributed. Yeah, this was the Rudy section right here. I don't see him back there, but I kind of hear faint voices. I'm sure they're on the way back down. I'll hike down this in the dark and see got good light. Oh, that hurt. I kicked a rock with my right toe. That hurt my knee and everything. I gotta slow down just a little bit. Whew. Yeah, I heard I did a good job not falling. But you can't really see all these rocks because of the leaves. And see, when you hit one like that, bam. Plus you're going slightly downhill. That was like a jarring kick. If you didn't have shoes on, you'd have a bloody toe. Maybe a broken toe. These shoes have gotten a little worn out. Oops, a little soft. much for now. I think I go around that curve, sort of in between that, and go right over there. I don't know if you can tell where I'm aiming the camera at, but I can hear cars on the road just slightly, so that tells me I've got about a quarter of a mile or less. Yeah, I don't remember this many rocks being this high up. It seems like that maybe there was a lot of rain, kind of washed some of the dirt away. I'm hungry. See my nose and face is all red. It is cool. He doesn't stay up there but a few minutes, enough to take a breather, a few pictures, drinking water, talk to those young people for a few minutes, and let them do their thing, and I get back down. I tell you what though, this seems like a longer mile than the mile trail I used to walk over where I used to live. Yeah, that family's name was Faithful Together. Had a whole family, like 6 kids and mom and dad. That would have been like us back in the Appalachian Trail. But it's really expensive. A lot of people help them. That tree. Ever changing as trees grow and others fall. People walk and animals walk. Look at this. I guess this tree or bush stays green all year long. But they form quite a green canopy in the summertime. A little bit smoother now. Definitely I'm getting close. Let's see what it has this year. The AT Trail. A lot of people start out on this trail. Some, I think, as early as late February, early March, where they still get snow up here in certain areas. Cold. Some days rain. You know. So it takes a lot to do that. You know, 2,180 miles or something like that, almost 2,200 miles. And it takes 5 to 6 months. And a little bit longer for some of the less experienced, or more physically challenged. Oh, so peaceful. Not really like Whispering Pines, but when looking through most of these trees, yeah, I'm right at the highway. I see cars. I need it. Back there, you seem like you're so far away. And you're not. That's how thick the trees are. But I can see the tail lights, I can see the road. There's a UPS guy. Can you see that? That guy's got a nice spread over there. And hopefully my Jeep is still here when I get here. Whew. I had tripped several times today. Part of that too is getting tired and you don't put your feet up high enough. Alright, well, in conclusion, I'm just, 100 feet from the parking lot, so we're going to end this thing. Glad you could be here with me or watch this with me today, and I hope you enjoy it, and get out there and take a hike on the mountain, in the mountains or whatever. And you can go online and find a lot of resources. You can find where to go, what you need to do, something you had to pay a fee to get in. That's where a lot of the thru hikers camp. Right there, and there's an upper shelf up there when they're passing through Springer Mountain or Amicalola Falls. Y'all have a good night. Get you later. See this on. You'll be able to see this on Facebook later. Bye.